Welcome to the first of my quick tutorials on composition. If you've got any questions, tips, just leave them in the comments box and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible, something that's relevant to what you're doing at the moment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So quickly, just a simple pencil and a couple of boxes, and we're going to do rules of third. So rather than putting an image in the middle, say a little house or whatever you're doing, a tree or a person, it's much better to use the rule of thirds. Now the rule of thirds goes across like this and also down like this. And ideally you should put your subject on one of those crosses, on one of them, or if you've got multiples, then put multiples on those crosses. All that does is it gives the eye space to move around the picture rather than focusing on something that's right in the middle. Okay, I'm afraid there's an ambulance going past or a police car or something. So the next one is horizon. So some people put the horizon along the middle. Don't do that because it makes the paper feel like it's folding in half, or the canvas. Always use the rule of thirds and put the horizon either here or here. It makes, again, for a much easier on the eye image. So either put the horizon higher or lower than the middle line on your canvas or on your paper. Number 3 is S-shape. So if you've got a road or river or whatever you want in your image, then rather than doing it in a straight line or something like that, the best thing to do is to do an S shape. So imagine that our horizon is on the rule of thirds, so it's on the upper line, that's your horizon, and you've got a river. So if you use an S shape like so, and it's narrow in the distance, it makes for a much more interesting composition. So you can do a variety of shapes, but the S shape is a really popular one for roads and rivers, and even the lines of clouds and things like that. So the next one is L shape, L shape composition. So again, we've got our horizon. So again, if you put a thing in the middle, doesn't work, and maybe something off to the side, put the horizon in wherever you like, but work in an L shape now. So imagine there's an imaginary L here like this. So what you could do is put a tree in there like that, and maybe a smaller tree slightly in the distance, and then a bush or something coming off. So that's a nice L-shaped composition. So you've got an L like that. Okay, so remember that L-shaped composition. This is used a lot in figurative artworks. If you look at famous Renaissance paintings, for example, you'll find there's a sort of big figure either standing or sitting on either side, because you can do it either side, so you could put it there, and then there might be smaller figures in the distance or whatever, but coming down in this L-shape composition. The threes, so rather than having two people like so, I'm just doing stick versions here, it's always better to work in threes. So again, 1, 2, 3. Like so. Do that with trees or anything you want, but always work in threes. It could be 3 birds and multiples of 3. Okay, rather than 2s. 2s are imbalanced. Oh, you might not have seen that one. I forgot to move it up. Here you go. So as I said, rather than having 2 people or 2 birds or 2 trees, like so, then work in threes. So 3 birds, 3 people, and multiples of 3. Okay, and then finally, there's lots more compositional ideas, is to work in a triangle. So you've got your horizon, and then you've got your tree, and then you might have another one there or something like that. So this is wrong and this is right. So again, think of a triangular shape. So we'll do trees again. So we've got one there, we've got one there. So we've got 2 trees. Now, if you were following the rule of 3s, you'd put another tree in, but we can't put a tree in the sky. But you might have another tree sitting off here, for example. So you've got your 3 trees, but in this rule we're talking about a triangular shape. So what you would do is put a nice cloud in the sky to form that triangular shape. And again, this is used in a lot of famous paintings. So you might have a figure there, a figure there, and a figure there in a triangle. The Virgin Mary is often painted in this way, with Jesus and another thing, whether it be a sheep or a donkey or another person or whatever, but it's got this triangular composition. Okay, so there's 6 ideas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're just simple compositional tools to help you when you're making your drawing up. Okay, thanks, bye.